I anticipated their success due to a decade of pent-up demand. These ETFs represent one of the most eagerly awaited developments on Wall Street, akin to Bitcoin going public. It's like the IPO of Bitcoin, but with 10 companies simultaneously introducing Bitcoin to the market. Unlike a security, Bitcoin is a commodity, so the fact that BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, Bitwise, and ARK are all launching Bitcoin-focused ETFs is significant. I'm not surprised by their success, as Bitcoin is the apex commodity for an ETF. Traditional commodity ETFs, such as those based on oil, gold, platinum, silver, palladium, and natural gas, have their flaws. In contrast, Bitcoin's unique attributes make these ETFs particularly compelling.
I expected their success due to a decade of pent-up demand waiting to be unleashed. These ETFs represent the most eagerly anticipated development on Wall Street, akin to when Bitcoin went public. It's like the IPO of Bitcoin, but multiplied by 10, as now you have 10 companies simultaneously introducing Bitcoin to the market. Since Bitcoin is a commodity and not a security, this development is significant. Major players like BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, Bitwise, and ARK are all entering the game at once, underscoring the magnitude of this event. I'm not surprised by their success as ETFs because Bitcoin is the apex ETF. Traditional commodity ETFs, such as those based on oil, gold, platinum, silver, palladium, market baskets of commodities, and natural gas, have their limitations as investment assets. In contrast, Bitcoin represents a new frontier in investment with demand that has been building for a decade. Expanding on each point highlights the unique position of Bitcoin ETFs while maintaining the essence of the original statement.
The risk-reward proposition for Bitcoin in 2024 is unparalleled in its history. Institutional adoption is growing, regulatory clarity is improving, and significant capital is flowing into the space. Yet there's still a large untapped market. You can test this yourself. Ask 100 people if they're fully invested in Bitcoin and understand it. If 95 of them say no, it's a clear indicator of the potential ahead. Bitcoin is now 15 years old, so let's compare it to other great investments at the same stage. 15 years after Manhattan was founded, was it a good investment? Even starting 200 years later, in 1776, if you roll the clock forward to 1791, was real estate in Manhattan a good investment? History suggests that early investments in transformative assets often yield significant returns.
The risk-reward proposition for Bitcoin in 2024 is arguably better than at any other time in its history. Institutional adoption is at an all-time high, providing a level of legitimacy and stability previously unseen. Regulatory clarity has emerged, bringing confidence to investors. Capital is flowing into the space, indicating strong market interest and potential for growth. Yet despite these positive signs, a remarkable opportunity remains. Consider this: ask 100 of your friends if they are fully invested in Bitcoin and if they truly understand it. Chances are the majority will still be uncertain or unaware. This gap in awareness presents an open door for those willing to do their research and grasp the potential of this digital asset. Bitcoin itself is now 15 years old, a significant milestone. Reflecting on history, let's draw parallels to other great investments. Take Manhattan, for example. 15 years after its founding, was it a good investment? Early investments in transformative assets often yield significant returns.
This year is shaping up to be exceptional for Bitcoin. We kicked off the year with the approval of the ETFs, a significant milestone. The success of these ETFs marks another major achievement. Looking ahead, the halving event in April will be a third positive milestone. These three factors are set to drive considerable momentum. Additionally, the marketing battles among Wall Street firms will likely have a positive impact. As Bitcoin becomes normalized within the mainstream investment community, it will continue to generate momentum. It's also important to note that we are currently experiencing the Bitcoin gold rush era. This era began in January 2024 and is expected to last until around November 2034, spanning approximately 10 years. This period represents a unique and transformative phase for Bitcoin and its adoption.
We began the year with the approval of Bitcoin ETFs, marking a significant milestone. The subsequent success of these ETFs represents another major achievement. Looking ahead, the Bitcoin halving scheduled for April will be another positive milestone. These three events are poised to drive substantial momentum in the market. Moreover, the competition among Wall Street firms, engaging in what some might call marketing wars, is fostering a positive environment. This heightened competition is likely to enhance awareness and adoption among mainstream investors, further normalizing Bitcoin as a credible asset class. As we move forward, I believe this momentum will continue to build. We're witnessing Bitcoin being integrated into the fabric of mainstream investment strategies, which will only amplify its legitimacy and appeal. It's also important to recognize that we are currently in what I call the Bitcoin gold rush era, which I believe began in January 2024 and is projected to extend until around November 2034, spanning approximately 10 years. During this time, we're likely to see heightened interest, innovation, and significant growth in the Bitcoin ecosystem. In conclusion, with ETF approvals, successful launches, the upcoming halving, intensified competition among financial giants, and increasing acceptance among mainstream investors, Bitcoin is well positioned for continued momentum. We're not just witnessing a fleeting trend, but rather a pivotal era in the evolution of digital assets, with ample opportunities for those who recognize its potential. Expanding on each milestone and providing context about the Bitcoin gold rush era gives a clearer picture of the current landscape and future potential of Bitcoin as an investment and technological innovation.